lights.
Why are you so angry?
Drunk driver.
Why are you so angry?
Drunk driver. Oh my God. Sit yourself down, girl, and talk to me. Tell me what's on your mind. Don't you keep on telling me everything's okay. Cause if it was, then you wouldn't be crying. You've been tossing and turning in your sleep lately, baby. Walk around moping all day long. How the hell you expect me to understand? Oh, when I don't even know what's wrong. Let's straighten it out.
Hello, friends.
Let's
James Kalm, half-assed reporter, the guy on the bike. Special shout out to our viewers in Vienna, Beijing, and Cape Town. Today we're dropping in at the Metropolitan Pavilion to see the 2023 Outsider Art Fair. Stay tuned. This is the 2023 iteration of the Outsider Art Fair, and I've made it a tradition of coming by and visiting. Long before I was doing YouTube videos, I was hitting the Outsider Art Fair, but the other tradition is that I come in and I try to schnorr a free entrance ticket, so I save myself $20, $25, and if I can get one for Kate as well, I end up saving $40, which will buy you a lot of paint these days. Well, not so much. Oh yes, it's always wonderful to come in and make the initial sweep. I enjoy coming in to see this. It's kind of like a combination of Christmas Eve, Halloween, and the 4th of July. And as I've said before, I think that this could be my favorite yearly art event. And I think that in a lot of ways it's more interesting, organic, fascinating than some of the shows like the Whitney Biennial or some of the other major art fairs. Also, I would say that in the last, say, 10 years, oh, here's the Sersha Gallery. That's 10, maybe 15 years that the whole idea of the outsider and how the market, the concept, the classification of outsider art has drifted ever farther into the normal, it's the commercial art scene. How many young students there are coming out of grad school that are kind of trying to create some kind of an outsider aspect to their work. And it's always fun to see if we can spot some interesting new discoveries Yeah, so we're going to start out here at the Nonprofessional Experiments, Calhoun, New York. Raphael and Heather Rubinstein. Hello, folks. How are you doing?
We're doing just fine.
How's the fair been?
It's been really great. We've sold so much that we wish we'd brought more. And
That's a problem.
yeah,
I'm glad to hear it. I wish I had that problem.
and seen so many old friends and made new friends, and we're happy but totally exhausted.
That's great. Let me take a quick look around here. I know we saw your booth last year. Did you also have some of these ceramic pieces as well? Did you have the...
No, our booth was really different this year.
That's what I was thinking.
It's all mostly North Carolina authors.
Purvis. We love Purvis. I've got a Purvis piece myself.
Brown from Houston and down at the bottom.
Right, we saw some of this work last year.
And we have quilts which were making out last year. And up here is Justin McCarthy and Grandpa Pfrienders from Sullivan County, worked in the 1980s.
Grandpa Pfrienders. A little bit about Grandpa Pfrienders.
So in the mid-1980s, I was up in Sullivan County with some artist friends, and we went into a consignment store and saw some curious, weird little painted sculptures on the shelf, and each one of us bought one for like $5. And one of them had an address label on it. So we tracked down Grandpa Pfrienders, who turned out to be in his 80s, living in a trailer, and whose trailer was completely filled with art, and really great art. So we bought a lot of it, and then
I assume he's long since passed away.
Passed away, but before he passed away, I organized, it was the first show I ever organized at PS 122 in the East Village.
Sure.
With work by him and these younger fans of his, and he came down for the opening, and he came with his family and his kids had always, and his wife had just, looked down their noses at like ridiculous dad who's like making this art that no one wants, but here he is. He has a show in New York City. He is a real artist.
In the middle of the East Village.
It was so, it was just so heartwarming to see him finally get some kind of recognition, even a small show in the East Village.
That's
he
great.
Died about a year later.
That's great. Okay, thanks. Grandpa Pfrienders.
These are all Justin McCarthy from Philadelphia. And then down at the bottom there are a couple of works by Daniel Johnston, the musician artist, and his sister.
Okay, all right, well, I will no doubt be back. I'll see you later, and congratulations on the business. Thank you. This is the Bill Arning exhibitions, Houston, Texas.
I did also, his body of work is not in the book.
Well, so we've got a lot of silver trays with breasts and vaginas. This is Thedra Collard Ledford.
Their partners were soft. And then when
So I kind of like the installation here with the silver.
I oversaw this feminist collection in Lincoln, Nebraska. Remember?
Alexandria Deters.
These are all portraits.
Bad Girls, is that the title of the installation here?
This
The
installation
whole
is
thing?
called False Prophets.
False Prophets.
These are all women who started cults.
Women who started cults. All right, I like it. And it's all embroidery, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I imagine a lot of these ladies are still in business. And I guess it would be interesting to know exactly what the classifications of a cult is. 1927, 1985. Heaven's Gate. Okay. It's fun. That's 1939, 1995. Elizabeth Clare Prophet. Okay, we've got a great suite of paintings by Paul Lawfully. The Life and Death of Elvis Presley, suite 1985 to 1995. And Paul Lawfully is one of my heroes. I actually met him a couple times, and she had a pretty interesting interview with him at a show that he had. Son of Satan. Okay, he is quite a draftsman. I actually believe that he worked for I.M. Pei in I.M. Pei's drafting department at some point.
Okay, did you find the flashlight?
This is actually kind of timely, as there was the recent Elvis series on, is it Netflix? And unfortunately, I guess his daughter recently passed away. Gosh. 70, 71. Yes. Oh boy. I think Andrew Edlin exhibited this suite in his project room at one point about 10 years ago, maybe. Let's take a quick run through Calvin Morris Gallery. Novida Angaspura. Okay, I've had someone that emailed me recently to criticize me and said that I had some kind of sinister plot, some psychological defect, that I was mispronouncing people's words or their names on purpose. This is Ali Azizi, Temper on Paper. Nazanin Tabib. Well, as I said, if I can't mispronounce a name, I guess I wouldn't be the half-assed reporter. This is a beautiful Simon Sparrow piece. I said I like to keep an eye out for some of the new talents, but I also like to see work by some of my old favorites. It's kind of like bumping into an old friend again. It says, I Love You, 1980s, mixed media and assemblage, 56 by 33 by 5. Sarvanaz Farsian. This kind of makes me think of James Sienna drawings. $5. That's a nice piece. Okay, tell me how we would pronounce that. Ilja Bosolij Bolshevik. Something like that. Excuse me. Joseph Yoakum. So we got Rico Maresca here. Ken Grimes. It's a very kind of formalistic. Grant Wallace. Through evolution comes revelation, 1919 and 1925. Eddie Arning. Adolf Wolfe, one of the masters. It's probably, I don't know, been held out as one of the great outsider artists since the 1920s. Or William Hawkins. This is Bartlett, I believe. Bill Trailer, more Martin Ramirez. Well, I also appreciate the insight the show gives me into fashion. Helps me figure out where I have to improve my wardrobe. So Anna Gresh, born 1961. Magic Markings, Brooklyn. Oh God, we've got some Tantra art, Tantric art. The James Kalm Report recently featured a show at Pace with Loie Hollowell and Harmon Judge, and they were kind of curated in another artist. His last name was Ramesh, who is known as one of the neo-tantric painters in India. I guess there was a whole movement. God, that's nice. Oh, I get it. We've got the ladders and the snakes. This is some kind of mystical meaning, maybe here. Some kind of thing like the Kabbalah. I was doing a little research on some of this, and they were saying that although, God, that's a beauty. Most of this is fairly contemporary, but I guess the tradition goes back to the 1700s. And they were saying that a lot of this is on used paper and was made as a, that's a beauty, was made as a aid to meditation. Some of this makes me think of Alfred Jensen. Agnes Martin. Four directions, east-west. Okay, they only have the area where these are coming out of. Adajur Rajasthan. Yukiko Koida presents Kyoto, Japan. Yukichori Okai, Untitled 2023. So, well, kind of like these, I guess they're jackets, shirts, something like this. These are by Nana Yamazaki. Embroidery wool yarn shirt. It'll make me think of the other outsider artist, Judith Shea, I believe her name is. It would make these objects out of wound, wrapped string and yarn that she would find. Yuki Fujioka. Okay, so I think it goes in and it's a very fine job of shredding up things. That's interesting. Gosh. Stephen F. Powers, New York. Okay, well, I like quilts. This is a pretty unique example. Rare and unique wool applique bed rug, Central Maine. Date early 19th century. That's beautiful. I guess 150 years of age always helps things look a little better, a little more authentic. Let's see what else Steve has got in here. A group of 9 visionary and spiritual drawings dedicated to Earl, who is tasked with bringing light and love to Earth, dated from September 21st, 1952 to March 14th, 1953, each 12 by 18 inches. Okay, we recently acquired this exciting body of spiritualist work that combines Christianity, transcendentalism, science fiction, cosmology. The series consists of 9 drawings, blah, 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 blah. Color pencil with blue pastel ground. Okay. I like the thread pieces.
They still don't know. They just liked it. They thought it was an animal when you told them what it was. And they were like, then they looked up and they said, what
Charlotte Young.
There's a track record.
Gosh, I'm thinking these kind of make me think of, there was a lady, a great weaver designer at the Bauhaus. Did some wonderful fabric pieces. Anonymous. Oh, this is great. Hedonistic Hell, oil on canvas, 1940 to 1950. Okay. He's talking about the relationship of this to Gustav Dorr. I was thinking Harriet Harkness. So I got the 7 sins. Do we have sloth, gluttony, greed, envy? Some of the other ones. Oh, those are nice. Kind of. Oh, I was going to say that kind of makes me think of a Blake Lock, and goodness gracious, it is a Blake Lock. Fantastic. Okay, this one is like a shotgun blast. We've got Shrine. And these 3 pieces are Willie Jinks. They look like they're on doors. But these pieces are not Willie Jinks, right? These are Mary G. Smith. Yes, she's great. Okay, that's another Mary. Actually saw a picture of Mary in her yard working, and so she was actually chopping a piece of this sheet metal with an axe. Yeah, I don't think they teach you how to do that at the Yale School of Painting. It's the Carl Hammer Gallery from Chicago. Another classic outsider art gallery, like Phyllis Kine. Jesse Howard, that he had made, yes, Noah was drunk and naked, quote, and he drank of the wine and was drunk. He was uncovered within his tent, yes, Noah's sons, Shem and Ham, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Chicago, City of Plenty. Lee Gotti. Stick Dog Bob.
Like SpongeBob.
Stick Bob could hit SpongeBob with his stick. William Dawson. I was saying it's interesting to see the new stuff, the old stuff. It's also interesting to see how they kind of meld this together. Well, you're going to witness the test drive of my new camera here. Okay, we made the switch. This is the Sony ZV-1. This is my first test run with it, and it's got the dead cat over the speaker, so maybe we won't get as much interference. See Gene von Gochenheim photos. Joseph Yoakum. Joseph, I think, was an artist that was kind of discovered by the Harry Hu painters. Oh, more. Oh, Mr. Imagination. Okay, that's got to be a Purvis. Lindsay Gallery, Columbus, Ohio. Well, as I was saying, it seems that some galleries focus on the 2D, some focus on the 3D, some meld it together. Oh God, that's a great piece. Morris Ben Newman. Makes me think of a Philip Guston painting, but it's on like it's in a kind of handmade frame. This is more Morris. I think some of these outsiders have got some kind of intuitive connection with materials that you just can't fake it. Nancy Josephson. It's a flashy. Harry Underwood. Forest Grove Preserve. Sandersville, Georgia. Owen Lee. 1922 to 2002. Man. 1970. Collage on plywood. I think there are formalistic elements that are kind of common with a lot of outsider artists, untrained artists, art brut artists. One of those qualities would be symmetry. Also, I think text is a part of that. This is by Owen Lee. We Will Carry Love Against and Through Fire, 1971, fabric, dye, marker, and paint on fabric. More Owen Lee. Everything happens at once, but not at the same time. Oh.
Hi, Lauren. Hi.
Hi, Gwendoline Zersher.
Thank you.
So we're visiting your booth. Tell us a little bit about the show you've curated here.
I am presenting the art of counterpoint.
The art of counterpoint.
5 African American musicians making art.
Are they all jazz musicians or?
They are free jazz musicians.
Free jazz.
Yes, except for Ted Jones, who is known as a poet.
Ted Jones.
Who was a trumpeter. And he was shown, last year he was shown in the Surrealism Beyond Borders, a show at the Metropolitan Museum. And this is where I knew of his work because I had read his poems and I knew he was a trumpeter. So when I was thinking of a show about musicians, it made sense to me to include his work. And so here we have collages from the late 90s. He made probably when he came back to the US in Vancouver.
Okay, let's look at some of the other pieces.
Right, this is
Bill Dixon.
Bill Dixon, yes, who passed in 2010 in Bennington. Bill Dixon is known as a composer and as a trumpeter. And here we have 2 lithographs.
Lithographs,
for
that's what I was
Miles
thinking.
Davis and for Cecil Taylor, made in France in 1994. When he was in residency. Here we have Douglas R. Ewart. Yes, Jamaican, who lives in Minneapolis, and we have a ski.
All right, and he can actually play this
He
as
can
well?
actually, yeah, you have two strings, and he does perform it. And it's a Finnish ski, very beautiful. And
This is also one of Douglas's
yes,
pieces?
This is for Eric Dolphy, probably the masterpiece.
Eric Dolphy.
Yes, probably the masterpiece on the show. And this is an obsolete double bass clarinet, bamboo, and bamboo roots, and the ostrich egg. But this he cannot play.
He can't. Yeah.
Right. And here we have Wajada Leo Smith, another important composer, trumpeter, and we show his art scores, so meant to be performed by the musicians.
You mean the musicians could theoretically read
They can
the musical score
they
there?
can read them and play them. And this is true, I've seen actually a musician perform it at the gallery.
Okay, let's look at the shoe forms.
Shoes by Oliver Lake.
Oliver Lake.
Oliver Lake, who is 81 and who is an extraordinary maker of shoes. And these are soles, made of cardboard, that he painted and collaged. And the same, these are talking sticks. He painted and added keys and Obama means different elements. And I think this is a very refined work. And this is original artworks, of course. And this is
Oliver Lake.
The painting, which is a starting point for a jazz house in Pittsburgh, which is now a residency for writers. It's a very interesting project. But this is the painting, which is like the maquette for the big commission.
How has your first venture into the Outsider Art Fair been?
I'm happy. I'm getting.
You like it?
Yes,
Is it fun?
Fun.
Meet a lot of interesting people?
Yes, yes, especially from institutions.
That's great.
Yes.
Okay, thanks,
Thank
Gwendoline.
you. Thank you, Lauren.
Thank you. Okay, there's the gentleman that organizes this whole thing, Andrew Edlin.
Hey.
Hello. Take a run through the gallery.
Yes.
Andrew on the Bowery. We'd like to stop in and see this. Ray Matterson. It's made with sock threads. Actually, it's funny. I saw one of these on Instagram, and the caption said something to the effect that if you're looking at this on your phone, you're seeing the image about the same size as the actual piece, which is true. I would say those are maybe 2.5 by 2 inches, something like that. Joe Coleman. Carl Bender, 1906, 1985. More Carl. I think Andrew has got a pretty great program going on. Okay. Winfred Rembert. I think Winfred just got picked up by Hauser and Wirth and has got his first major show over there. I want to drop over and do a video of that. It's a good example of some of his pieces. These are all on tooled leather. And while I was doing a little research, Winfred at one point was spending time in a prison, a penal institution, and also had been chased through town by a bunch of people and almost was lynched. Henry Darger. That's interesting. Okay. Tom Duncan. I've yacked with Tom a couple times. Interesting character. I guess a lot of these images that he's dealing with is like about his time in is in Scotland, maybe somewhere. Anyway, during World War II, I guess they sent a lot of the children out of London because they were worried about the Blitzkrieg. And at some point, I believe Tom was maybe walking home from school, and said, God, he's got a Junkers. Some German aircraft came flying over and got shot down, and that kind of stuck with him. That's Judith Scott. That's the lady I was thinking of that wraps the objects with string. Marcel Storr, Untitled. George Widner. I think that we've actually caught up with George at a show. George is an interesting character. I guess they were saying he has some ability to remember dates or calculate dates. So if you were to say to him, what day of the week is March 18th, 2025, he would be able to tell you whether it was Wednesday, Sunday, Friday. Lionel Talpazan. Okay, this guy was always hanging around the outsider art fairs, although they didn't let him in. They thought he was too weird. And then he dies, and suddenly it's okay to have him in the fair. Arne Anton Nexus Singularity, Pomona, New York. J.J. Cromer should have said more in his letters. Okay. I think it's also interesting to note that some of the galleries just tend towards more two-dimensional art, more graphic art, and other galleries kind of specialize in the three-dimensional sculptural thing, the little objects. That's a beautiful piece. Burl Dog, attributed to Moses Ogden, 1900 to 1910. It's not for sale. Leather dolls. Max Roman. A root creature. Okay, that looks like a Walter Robinson painting. Important Rebel Without a Cause. James Dean and Natalie Wood paint on canvas on board, 1950s. Pencil collection. Oh, that's cute. Okay, I've been watching a series of mysteries, and could be Europe or somewhere in the south, and they're always going through the woods looking for a missing child or something, and they usually find something like that hanging in the tree. Daniel Martin Diaz. I bump into a lot of his work online when I'm looking around. God, Lonnie Holly. Looks like a Picasso. This is a beautiful piece. Carnival ball toss figure with retractable tongue. Early 20th century. Some more J.J. Cromer regional characters, mixed media. Some nice little postcard size collages. So this has been James Kalm reporting on the 2023 iteration of the Outsider Art Fair here at the Metropolitan Pavilion. Many thanks to our friends, gallerists. You can like this, share. Link it up to all your social media sites. You can talk about it. And you can click the like button. You can also leave your thoughts, ideas, comments, criticisms, and reviews below. We just ask you to say, thank you, Kate.
You make all those alcoholics just look bad.
Justin King, right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I love it. Thank you. That was quite the performance. Thank you.